When you get two teams ready to go, there's two different approaches. You look at the Pioneers, and what they do is defensive-minded. You get your starting pitchers out there, you have them work, and you get the win on just a couple runs alone. But if you're the other side in this game here today, you have the top batting average in the entirety of the PGCBL, and you want to keep your 5-1 streak. It's the Auburn Doubledays here at Dunfield taking on the Elmira Pioneers on a lovely Friday evening. And as they get the first pitches underway, let's take a look at the last game for the Pioneers. That one went through 9, and it was a walk-off coming in for the Pioneers. Ryan Jones hit one towards third base. A bobble by the fielder on the transfer allowed Gabbianelli to walk on home. Pios took the victory, and that moved them up to a 5-3 record. As we take a look at the standings right now, these standings are based on win percentage. Right now, Auburn, they're 5-1. They lead the West Division of the PGCBL. Their lone loss, we'll get to that in a second. Jamestown, they're 8-2. They dropped the game yesterday to Batavia. Batavia, they're 5-2 on the season. Elmira is 5-3, so one win, and it starts to get a little bit muggy there in between 3 and 4. Batavia, of course, has the head-to-head lead. Olean, they're 4-5 on the year. They're still looking to get back to the 500. They've been battling back and forth between those two. Niagara Ironbacks, they're 3-4. Niagara Falls is 2-5. They were the one of their wins came against the Doubledays. The other one came just yesterday against Niagara when they split the series. Geneva is 1-5, and sitting at the bottom right now is Newark, who came very close to beating the Pioneers last time, but Elmira able to hold them off. Newark, they take on Niagara Falls today. We'll see how that one ends up going. We come to the field here. Let's reset those scores. It's not 10-10 game. It's 0-0 as we get ready for the first half of this game between the Pioneers and the Doubledays. These two sides, they're some of the best in the West Division. And up to pitch is going to be Brendan Hayes. He's one of those guys where you get him going. He's ready to deal. Last time he was up, that was that game against Geneva. It was one of those games, the game against Olean. He let up a couple runs in that first inning. Was able to settle back in and get through 5. As the first pitch comes from Hayes inside for ball number 1, and this game is underway. Up to bat for Auburn, it's Riley Ames, the center fielder for this contest. And so far this season, Riley Ames is batting .444. He's got a total of 4 hits to his name as he sits at a 1-1 count. Hayes gets ready to go. He fires. That one's high. 2-1. As I was mentioning before, the highest batting average in the entirety of the PGCBL belongs to the opposing side in the Auburn Doubledays. As we'll try and fix the scoreboard. Have to see why Geneva's up there right now. We're getting ready for that game yesterday in Geneva. It ended up getting postponed due to the weather. So just hang on with us here as we get things squared away. But Brendan Hayes, he's looking at a 3-1 count right now for the Pios. He delivers. That one's outside. First batter, and it's a walk. Riley Ames takes his spot at first base. And now it's going to be a real tough challenge for the Pioneers. It's the guy who won the Player of the Week award for the West Division. It's Teddy Monahan. He hit a home run last week, and that home run, his first collegiate home run. So have to see how he develops here. As Hayes gets set to throw, he's got to worry about a man on first. Delivery in there for a strike. 0-1 count now for Monahan, who, like I said before, absolute monster week for him last time. As that one is swung on and missed. Not able to grab on the transfer there was Duback. So it's a stolen base coming in for Riley Ames. And now, just like that, it's a man in scoring position for the Doubledays. He's getting ready to go here. Twirl of the bat from Teddy Monahan. It's an 0-2 count. He looked down. Monahan. He has the power. As well. Take a peek around the horn real quick for the Pioneers. It's Alex Davis at third, Michael Gardner at short, Tyler Adamo is at second. Jack Aylward is at first base, and Duback is doing the catching. In the outfield from left to right, it's Jack Tubman, Brett Baker, and Caleb Delaney enters for his second game. First out of the inning came off a fly ball by Monahan. As up to the bat now is Luke Guier, the shortstop. And that takes his first pitch for a strike. That one's hit hard towards Adamo. He takes his steps. It's going to be a trade of an out for a run. And Auburn already has their first run of the day. It's now 1-0. Doubledays lead here in the top half of the first. As they show their offensive prowess early. Sacrifice there gives the run in from third. As Justin Batts, the first baseman, steps up for this one. And Batts is now sitting empty here. He's batting 7 for 13, a .538 batting average on the season with a pair of doubles. The lone home run for this Doubledays squad comes off the bat as Monahan, as that one's hit hard. It goes into the outfield, and that's another hit coming for Justin Batts, his 8th of the season. They're on a bloop single. And Chase Moore will look to get things moving. He's another guy who is one that can bring some runs home. He's on the season got an OPS of 1,000.071. For those that don't know baseball, that's a pretty high number. Generally, you see a lot of guys in the 800 to 900 range. 1,000, you're looking pretty good. That one is in there for a strike. 2 outs, 1 man on after the single came in there. Now Chase Moore has to see what Hayes will bring to the table. See, hits that one. It heads over to Adamo at second. He flips it on over to Gardner, and that's out number 3. Just one hit in that inning, but it goes for a single, yet 1 run scores after a free pass given up by Hayes. It's 1-0 Auburn lead, and the Pioneers will get ready to bat right after this. Back here, it's going to be the bottom half of the first, but let's take a look at those Pios lineups. It's going to be Tyler Adamo, the second baseman, back in the lineup as the leadoff. Brett Baker is second in center field. Alex Davis returns as well. Brandon Duback, he's back in the lineup. He's the cleanup hitter. Jack Tubman's in left. Michael Gardner is at short. Jack Aylert's a 7-hole hitter. He's got a lot of power. He could get something over the Dunfield fence. It's Ryan Kristoff as the DH. Thomas Cheplick is the extra hitter. Caleb Delaney, this is his second game. He's looking to make it a 2-game hit streak. As Tyler Adamo steps up to get things going for the Pioneers. And he's going to face a tough pitcher. His first pitch goes for a strike on the swing. It's Michael Chofe, the pitcher for the Doubledays. Is so far on the season, he's looking at just a 225 average. He's appeared in just one game where he ended up throwing 4 innings. So, player not to watch out for. He's able to hold on his own, as right now Adamo's sitting with 2 strikes. That one is high for ball number 1. I mentioned Tyler Adamo returning to the lineup. He was not in that game against the Pilots, but he's been playing well for the squad so far. As that one is a ball. 2-2 count for Tyler Adamo. The step and deliver from Chofe, and that one's hit hard, but the second baseman and Nachos Gonzalez is going to grab that one for the out. And looking at the fielders for the Doubledays, it's Chase Moore at third, Luke Weir at shortstop, Nachos Gonzalez at second, Justin Batts at first. In the outfield, it's Teddy Monahan in left, Riley Ames in center, George Farley in right, and Jacob Bentavanga is the catcher, as that one is fouled away by Brett Baker. Brett Baker looking to continue to work in that 2-hole as he's done so far this season. It's been the 1-2 punch of Adamo and Baker, as that one is not there. It will be a ball. Baker able to hold up. Next pitch outside. Ball 2. Brett Baker, in every single game that he has appeared in, besides the second game against Batavia, he's been able to get on base as that one runs inside, and it's going to be a 3-1 count now for Baker. Against the Pilots, he was not able to get a hit, but he walked twice, and he had 2 stolen bags. So any way to get on base is crucial for this Pioneers team, as that one is hit high and foul towards the left side. Now the count is full as they get more baseballs after both these batters have just been hitting them around the park here at Dunn Field. Brett Baker stands into the box. The one is hit on the ground. It's going to go right on over to Batts, who flips it to Chofei for the out. The 3-1 gets Baker out as he's not able to pick anything up there. The leading hitter for the Pioneers squad, 8 hits on the season. Nothing goes there for him, but Alex Davis is now up to bat. He's batting .400 on the season. 6 hits and 15 at-bats, and he looks to get the first hit for the Pioneers. So that one is low and outside. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs here from the historic Dunn Field, as that one's outside. 2-0 now. Trying to get the fastball out there, and it's not in time or on point necessarily. Chofei using the right side of the rubber, or the left side of the rubber there. From my vantage point, it's the right. From his, it's the left. 2-1 count, as that one was fouled hard away by Alex Davis. And Alex Davis, another one of those players to watch out for. He's currently getting things moving for the squad. He's on a multi-game on-base streak for the squad. That one is not in there. It's a full count coming for Alex Davis. The payoff pitch from Chofei. Outside, ball 4. Davis gets back on base and extends his streak, with Brandon Dubek getting ready to come up next. So Davis gets on. And Dubek gets ready to step up here. That one goes for a ball. In case you were wondering, it's a 6-game on-base streak for Alex Davis. As Dubek watched the first one go for a ball, a second pitch comes in. That one's also high towards his eyes. 2-0 count. Coming for Brandon Dubek. Davis with the lead. That one again up there. 3 straight pitches, 3 straight balls coming in this at-bat against Brandon Dubek, who sits in the cleanup spot. 3-0 count. The delivery there down Main Street for strike 1, and that's the pitch that Chofei needed to get back into his rhythm. You don't expect Dubek to swing the bat there. However, don't tempt him, because he's got 3 hits on the season. As that one goes for a strike, the throw back down. Davis is in time. Not much hurry on that side of the infield. But now the count is full for Duback. What was a 3-0 count now turns to a 3-2. And you got to expect Davis to run on this pitch. And he does go. That one is on the line of the zone for strike number 3. Duback watches strike 3 go past him. And Chofei gets out of the inning. It's 1-0 Auburn lead here at Dunn Field. The Elmira Pioneers are sponsored by AIM Independent Living, AJ's Outdoor Power Equipment, Ann's Pancakes, Centralis Health, Blaze Brockway, Bully Hill Vineyards, CAF USA, Casa Trinity Prevention, Chemung Canal Trust Company, Chemung Supply, Coca-Cola, Council Rock Wealth Advisory Group, Dandy Mini Marts, Elm Chevrolet, Elmira Heat Treating, Chemung County Family Fitness Center, Finger Lakes Federal Credit Union, FM Howell, Close, Guthrie, Hilliard Corporation, Honeybee Made, Jubilee Foods, Kahuna's, Kennedy Valve, M&T Bank, Martha Lloyd Community Services, McDonald's, Papa John's, Pathways, Pinecroft, Rodney J. Strange, ServPro, ServU Credit Union, Sheddens, Solutions Credit Union, Southern Tier Custom Fabricators, Susan Minchin Dentistry, Swan Morse Insurance, Texas Roadhouse, Toth Corning Collision, the United States Army, the United States Navy, Vasco Brands, Wegmans, Wise Markets, Well Now Urgent Care, WETM, Wiggle 100, and Woodbrook Assisted Living. Thank you for sponsoring the Elmira Pioneers, and go Pios. Back here at Dunn Field, it's 1-0 now, Auburn lead following a big punch out by Chofei that got them out of the inning. Top of the second now, and up to bat will be Colin Hugh. The DH for today. And Hayes looks to bounce back after that one-run first inning. First pitch. Outside, it's going to be ball number 1 as Duback has to chase after that one. The Fiends look to get into this one. For Hugh on the season, he's batting .600. He's starting in 3 games, had 5 at-bats where he got 3 hits. It's been a massive 4 runs on the season as that one goes for a ball. It's a 2-0 count now. Coming right in for the player, for the man out of Boston College. As that one goes for a strike. You get some of those D1 schools here in the PGCBL, like a BC or like you see with Michael Gardner there at second base, University of Kentucky. As that one goes, and that one's fouled here by Hugh. Being a BC Eagle. A lot of work there in the ACC. One of the tougher baseball divisions outside of maybe the SEC, as you see with the College World Series. 2-2. That one's hit high and towards foul territory. Looking to get that one, but not being able to receive it is Alex Davis. Count remains 2-2. Brendan Hayes looking to get his first out of this inning. His last time he pitched, like I mentioned, was that game against Olean, where he let up a couple runs in that first inning as that one's grounded. It goes over to Adamo, who throws it over to Aylward for the first out. Well, if you're looking for the newest merch of the Elmira Pioneers, you can get that right here at Dunfield when you come to visit. We've got jerseys, t-shirts, programs with Brendan Hayes' face on it, as you can see right there, along with hats and a lot of other things. So book your stay today at Dunfield. Give us a call, 607-734-2690. First out comes in there, as stepping up to the plate will be George Farley, the right fielder. As that one's hit off the end of the bat, it heads on over towards Gardner, who takes his steps, throws it over to Aylward, but it'll go wide. And that one is past Aylward, and all of a sudden moving towards second base will be Farley. And he's going to go towards third as the ball's not come in yet. All of a sudden, Farley's got himself reaching on a play there. It's a single that extends over to being the third base off of the errors. So now, all of a sudden, the Pioneers have to worry once again about a man 90 feet away from home plate. Just a misthrow there coming from Michael Gardner. He attacked that one. It looked as though either way Farley would have been safe at first, but that one just went wide of Jack Aylward as that one's hit sky high towards left field. Getting underneath that one, and on the diving catch there is going to be Tubman. He tries to throw it over to Gardner, but it's going to be a sacrifice fly. Or do they rule it? They rule it as if Tubman did not catch the baseball. It looked from my vantage point that he did, but it must have come out last second. So scratch it being a sacrifice fly. That there is a single coming in for Nachos Gonzalez, and it's an RBI single at that. It's now 2-0. Auburn leads over the Elmira Pioneers. And up to bat comes Brendan Smith, who swings on first pitch and misses that one. So for Nachos Gonzalez, that there is his 6th RBI on the season on his 5th single. Hayes gets ready to deliver here. That pitch goes. Grabbed by Dubak. He throws it down to Adamo. Tries to attack Gonzalez, and he does in time. Caught stealing at second. And the pop time of Dubak is not one to look out, to not underestimate. Dubak with the jump and the throw gets the second out, and the bases are now cleared. Hayes just needs one more out to get out of this one. It's at 0-2 count coming for Brennan Smith, the extra hitter. That one there goes for a ball. It's 1-2. Bentavenga, the catcher, sits on deck. Brennan Hayes looks ready. Delivers. Outside, did he swing? They say he did. That's strike number 3, and that's a punch out for Brennan Hayes. His first punch out of the day, but Auburn, they score one in the top half of the inning. It's now a 2-0 lead here at Dunfield. Pioneers coming up to bat for them. Jack Tubman, Michael Gardner, and Jack Aylward look to correct that 2-0 deficit. Season tickets are still available for the Elmira Pioneers. Starting at just $99, you can come to every single Elmira Pioneers home game, including the one this upcoming Wednesday against the Syracuse Saltcats. Starting at just $99. For information, call 607-734-2690. As the throwdown goes there for the Doubledays, it's Jack Tubman stepping up to get things ready to go for the Pioneers. Tubman had a two-run single against the Pilots on Wednesday. He also had a sacrifice fly, so he sat at 3 there in terms of RBIs. As he steps up to the base, he's currently riding in on a 3-game hitting streak. First pitch goes for a strike. First one heads in there as Chauffé ended off his last half of the inning, the first, with a punch out of Brandon Duback. Looking to continue that momentum here. Only allowed one on, and that was on a walk, a full count walk going to Alex Davis. As this one comes in, that one's hit hard there, and Tubman extends his streak to 4. It's a single coming in for Jack Tubman. The first hit of the day for the Elmira Pioneers comes by way of the left fielder. And now batting will be Michael Gardner, the shortstop, looking to get things moving here. So immediately, Chauffé allows a man on, and that is a situation where the Pioneers get so much benefit because any sort of pass ball, and every single player on this team is running no matter where it goes. Coach Drum aggressive in the base path as he stands there at third base. As a throw comes in towards Gardner, that one is hitting the top corner of the zone for a strike. Gardner held off. 0-1 count, no outs. Pioneers down by 2, looking to get things going as the pickoff attempt goes over. Not in time, though. Tubman's able to get back over to first base. Jack Aylward sits in the wing as another pickoff attempt. Still not in time. So all of a sudden, Chauffé is getting very concerned about first base. The right-hander now delivers, and that one's hit hard and high by Michael Gardner. It's going to right field, though. Getting underneath that one is going to be George Farley for the first out. So 1 out now for the Pioneers. Tubman still sits on first base, and coming up, it's going to be the man out of Northern Essex Community College. It's Jack Aylward, who his last time in a game, which was the second half of the doubleheader versus the Niagara Ironbacks, it was a hard-hit fly ball that almost, Jack says that it was brought back by the wind, almost went over the fence. It wasn't out as that one goes high and hits him towards the helmet on the ear flap. Aylward will take his free base, so be aware next time he comes up in the order. He does have the power. He could potentially send one out of Dunfield as a meeting on the mound comes in from Badavenga and Chauffé. It's a man in scoring position coming up now for Ryan Kristoff, usually the first baseman for the squad. Today he's currently occupying as the DH. As he looks to get some runs on home. He's batting .231 this season. He's only got 1 RBI, though. So have to see how it is. He also has no extra base hits. So keep those in mind in case he gets a little bat on ball action here. Jack Tubman sits on second, and his other buddy named Jack Aylward sits on first as that one's hit, and it's going to go right over to Chauffé, who takes a step, throws it on over towards bats, and that is an out there. So 2 outs now. Men extend, though, so it's a man on second, man on third. And now up to bat comes Thomas Cheplik, who the other night against Geneva was the man to cross home plate and walk it off following a pass ball. So he looks to continue his scoring ways. He always has that interesting stance there. The low squat helps his size. Something similar to Luis Arias. First pitch from Chofei to Cheplik, because that one's fouled back. Tommy Cheplik, he's had 6 at-bats so far this season. Hit on 3 of them, with 1 going for a double. Looking to get hit number 4 here as that one's hit foul again. First 2 pitches, first 2 fouls for Thomas Cheplik. Pioneers trying to cut this 2-0 deficit to the Auburn Doubledays. As Cheplik steps towards the back. He plays very close to the plate on the batter's box. The throw outside, ball 1. Chofei thought he had all of that one. Does not go in his favor. He took his steps towards the dugout, but not going his way. It's 1-2 count now coming for Tommy Cheplik. 2 outs. Delivery. Hit. That's heading over towards Bats, who flips it on over to Chofei, and Chofei gets the 3rd out. It's 2 men stranded on for the Pioneers. They remain in the deficit. It's 2-0 Auburn lead here at Dunn Field, and they've got a chance to bat right after this. The Elmira Pioneers are sponsored by AIM Independent Living, AJ's Outdoor Power Equipment, Ann's Pancakes, Centralis Health, Blaze Brockway, Bully Hill Vineyard, CAF USA, Casa Trinity Prevention, Chemung Canal Trust Company, Chemung Supply, Coca-Cola, Council Rock Wealth Advisory Group, Dandy Mini Marts, Chevrolet, Elmira Heat Treating, Chemung County Family Fitness Center, Finger Lakes Federal Credit Union, FM Howell, Glove House, Guthrie, Hilliard Corporation, Honeybee Maid, Jubilee Foods, Kahuna's, Kennedy Valve, M&T Bank, Martha Lloyd Services, McDonald's, Papa John's, Pathways, Pinecroft, Rodney J. Strange, ServPro, ServU Credit Union, Sheddens, Solutions Credit Union, Southern Tier Custom Fabricators, Susan Minchin Dentistry, Swan Morse Insurance, Texas Roadhouse, Tom Sitting Collision, the United States Army, the United States Navy, Vasco Brands, Wegmans, Wise Markets, Well Now Urgent Care, WETM, Wiggle 100, and Woodbrook Assisted Living. Thank you for sponsoring the Elmira Pioneers, and go Pios. Pioneers currently sitting in a deficit against the Auburn Doubledays in a game that has a lot of implication for the West Division. Auburn 5-1 currently sits atop of the division thanks to the winning percentage way, while Elmira wants to stay multiple games above 500. They sit at 5-3 as Hayes delivers and Bentivanga sends it back foul. A lot of foul balls hit here at Dunn Field. A lot of them going high and hitting on the roof. The sun continues to come in here. Hayes delivery. Corner, strike. Hayes has spoken before about the importance in his pitches of getting those corners, because if he's not able to, it's where a lot of the walks end up happening, as that one goes for another corner but still not going, and Hayes thought he had that one, so he goes 50-50 on the corners, and then this at bat. Being able to get the corner of the plate, it allows for the batter to just reach on it, not able to get a swing and hit.
unless they step into it. That one's caught on and missed. It's strike number 3, and that's the second punch out by Brennan Hayes. Back-to-back Ks for him, as now it's the top of the order. Riley Ames steps up for the Auburn Doubledays. He walked to start things off, had a stolen base towards second, and then made his way on home. And Hayes now looking to get things moving. Auburn has scored in each inning that they've batted so far. Pitch goes in there. It's a low for ball number 1. One score in each inning. It was Ames in the first. It was Farley in the second. 2-0 lead. That one goes for a strike. Hayes' control has looked a lot better here as the game progresses. And that's what happened against Olean. He had a rough first inning, but after that it was nails by Brennan Hayes. That one's hit high into the air. Looking again underneath that one is going to be the Adamo. Aylward looked to call him off, but Adamo said, no, I got that, and gets the fly out. Coming up, Teddy Monahan, who hit another fly ball over towards second base for Adamo to call off. Monahan looking for another hit in his arsenal. Once again, player of the week for the West Division, and it's no surprise. He was batting 700. That one. And looking to get corner. Dubek tries to frame, but his attempt at throwing the home plate umpire off does not work when he moved his glove back. Hayes fires. That one's hit hard and foul. In the same spot that we saw the foul ball earlier. So now it's a 1-1 count. As Hayes grabs the rosin bag a little bit before he gets the ball ready. Just trying to dry his hands. It was a tough day today for the field crew, as that one goes for a ball. Had to put the tarp on yesterday for the team because of the thunderstorm that came through. That's the same one that stopped the game in Geneva. And so this morning they had to take the tarp off, but all of a sudden the radars showed another rainstorm that came in, and that one is swung on. It's a 2-2 count now. Another rainstorm came in, so the tarp had to come back on, and then taken off before this one. So it's on, off of the infield with the rain pouring. Luckily right now it's nice and sunny as it's a 2-2 count. Swung on and missed. That's the second punch out of the inning, third of the day for Brennan Hayes, as the Pioneers get their first shutout inning and they get ready to go up to bat. Centralis Health is the official healthcare provider of your Elmira Pioneers. Next time you need medical attention, make sure you visit Centralis Health for all of your medical needs. Thank you for supporting the Elmira Pioneers. As we get back into this one, the throwdown is going to come in very, very shortly here from Ventavenga, as it's going to be Caleb Delaney starting things off before it goes back towards Tyler Adamo and Brett Baker. Caleb Delaney, his first time that he was up at bat this season was against the Newark Pilots, where he hit that one for a double. So he looks to continue his ways here. First pitch from Joe Fett. Goes for a ball. Very close pitch, but not in his spot. That one also outside. Caleb Delaney, a double in that game, but then it was 2 fly balls that ended his day. That one's outside again. 3-0 now for Caleb Delaney. So does he swing here will be the question. That one is low, ball 4. 4 straight balls, and Caleb Delaney gets on for his second time of the season on the walk. And now it's Tyler Adamo stepping up to the plate. And Adamo, he hit the pop fly ball over to Nachos Gonzalez, who made the reception. Trying to keep things going. That one goes for a ball. It's 1-0 now. 5 straight balls thrown here by Chofei, as the Pios have the tying run at home plate. That one's high. 6 straight balls now to start this bottom half of the inning. Timeout is called as Chase Moore has to retie his shoe over at third base. Back into this one. Looks over, looks back. 2-0 count. The stare down, the throw. That one's for a strike. The throw back over, not in time. So the first strike in 7 pitches for Chofei. 2-1 count now. Damo did not try to swing on that one. The next pitch, that one also in there for a strike. A little delayed call, but goes for the strike. 2-2 now. So it was 2 straight balls, now it's 2 straight strikes. Trying to get a lead over there is Delaney, as that one's hit hard. It goes over to Moore. He flips it on over towards Gonzalez, back over to first for the double play. So 2 quick outs come in after an initial 4-pitch walk. The Doubledays get out of the tough situation, and it's going to be Brett Baker now coming on as kind of a leadoff man, except he doesn't have the luxury. Excuse me, they weren't able to completely turn 2. Tyler Adamo currently sits at first base, so it's only 1 out. Jumping the gun there on the turn. But Adamo gets on a fielder's choice. As that one goes back. Chofei very concerned about first base. He knows how much these Pioneers can run. Does not want to get in as the secondary lead comes for Adamo. And he's throwback in time. So there's the second out. Before another pitch is thrown, Adamo gets thrown out at first base. And Chofei concerned himself with first, and for good reason. Secondary lead not there for Adamo. He's picked off at first. Brett Baker now with nobody on, still waiting for his first pitch of the at-bat. It comes in there, low for a ball. Bottom of the third, it's a 2-0 lead for the Doubledays as That pitch comes in, and it's going to be low again for a ball. They've been able to hold the Pioneers off. Just one hit on the day so far. A couple of passes as well from a hit batsman and then a pair of walks as that one goes for ball number 3. That there is a situation where you wish your man was on because that ball would have gotten by and it would have allowed a movement. But Delaney was thrown out at second base. Adamo was picked off at first. It's a 3-0 count for Brett Baker as that one's inside ball 4. So another 4-pitch walk puts Baker on. The second 4-pitch walk of the day for Joffe. Alex Davis looks to bring this on after extending his on-base streak to 6. He steps up, and Joffe's, of course, going to concern himself with first base. See how this one goes, though. That one hits the bottom foot there, backside foot for a strike. 0-1 count now. Delivery, that one's hit on the ground by Davis. The throw over to first, sleeping up for that one, and hauling it down is Bats for the out. It's a 5-3, and that gets out of the third inning. Pioneers still trail 2-0 here as we head towards the 4th.
The Elmira Pioneers are sponsored by AIM Independent Living, AJ's Outdoor Power Equipment, Ann's Pancakes, Centralis Health, Blaze Brockway, Bully Hill Vineyards, CAF USA, Casa Trinity Prevention, Chemung Canal Trust Company, Chemung Supply, Coca-Cola, Council Rock Wealth Advisory Group, Dandy Mini Marts, Elm Chevrolet, Elmira Heat Treating, Chemung County Family Fitness Center, Finger Lakes Federal Credit Union, FM Howell, Glove House, Guthrie, Hilliard Corporation, Honeybee Made, Jubilee Foods, Kahunas, Kennedy Valve, M&T Bank, Martha Lloyd Community Services, McDonald's, Papa John's, Pathways, Pinecroft, Rodney J. Strange, ServPro, Serve You Credit Union, Sheddens, Solutions Credit Union, Southern Tier Custom Fabricators, Susan Minchin Dentistry, Swan Morse Insurance, Texas Roadhouse, Tom South Corning Collision, the United States Army, the United States Navy, Vasco Brands, Wegmans, Wise Markets, Well Now Urgent Care, WETM, Wiggle 100, and Woodbrook Assisted Living. Thank you for sponsoring the Elmira Pioneers, and go Pios.
2-0, top half of the 4th incoming here from Dunfield as the Pioneers were not able to score despite a couple men on. It's Luke Wire now stepping up to the plate here for the opposing Auburn side. And Brennan Hayes was able to get a shutout inning in the 3rd after he had allowed a run in each of the past 2. As the first pitch comes in there, it's high and outside for ball number 1. Brennan Hayes looking to continue to work here for the Pioneers. As on the season, he got the win against Olean in his first game started. He's thrown a total of 7 innings with 9 strikeouts. His earned runs were 4 entering the day, now currently sitting at 6. His strikeouts, though, sitting towards 12. As it's a 2-0 count. That one's hit hard, and it's going to the outfield. It's going to get over the heads of the 2 outfielders, and all of a sudden, Brett Baker's going to have to make a throw. It's a double to come in for Luke Weir, the shortstop, And he continues to work for the squad as the Doubledays now, with no outs, have their first man on for yet another time. That's their second time doing so this game. As it's Guir that sits on second base for the Doubledays. And for Guir, that was a big shot there from him. His first double on the season. And now Hayes has to readjust his strategy as he steps up here to go. The stare down. The get ready for a kick and delivery. He does. That one's low. Duback has to stand up with that one for a ball. Very tough there by the team. Trying to continue these things going. As Hayes looks 1-0 count. That one's there for a strike. Up to bat, Justin Batts. He had a single to start things off for him in the first inning. He's the cleanup hole hitter. And he looks to clean up that man on second base here. 1-1 count. That one's hit on the ground. Gardner's going to try and grab that one. He does. He throws over to Aylward, who grabs it and holds on for out number 1. So after the initial wide throw from Gardner, he gets back into this one with a cannon towards Aylward for the first out. And Chase Moore will now step up. He got out last time to end the inning on a fielder's choice. It was a 4-5. So from a flip from Adamo over to Gardner. Or excuse me. Yeah, flip from Adamo over to Gardner at second base. That one gets in there for a strike. First pitch strike hitting there for Chase Moore. And Chase Moore, the third baseman here today for the squad. He is coming from Alcorn State University by way of Lexington, Kentucky. Second pitch goes there for a strike. Another Kentucky guy. Lucas Hale, the pitcher for the Pioneers. He's looking to square up potentially in the weekend series. Block comes in there. It's going to be called against Hayes. And moving on over to third is Luke Greer. Now, 0-2, 1 out, man on third base. All of a sudden, once again, for the Doubledays. Delivery. Swung on and missed for strike number 3. Brendan Hayes with his 4th punch out of the day. Comes of Chase Moore, and it's going to be Colin Hugh stepping up to take this one further for the Doubledays. And Hogg, his first time up, he was a grounder that went out. Now he looks to try and get a hit on the day. Hayes looks back. He fires. That one's right down the heart of the plate for the strike. A delayed call there, but we'll get the call. 0-1, 2 outs. Hayes trying to get out of this inning unscathed. Keep that lead to just 2. Right now, Colin Hugh looking to extend it as that one clips corner for his strike. And Hayes now sits once again 0-2 count. Getting ready to try and deliver. Hayes comes set. He kicks and fires. That one's hit hard off the end of the bat. Going back there is Brett Baker. He steps back. He grabs the ball in center field right before the warning track for out number 3. So after what could have been a potential tough situation for Hayes, he gets out of that one on a fly ball to Brett Baker. It's still 2-0 as we head towards the bottom half of the 4th. Bring your company or organization out for a picnic at Dunn Field during a Pioneers game. All you can eat hot dogs, hamburgers, chips, baked beans, potato salad, and drinks included with ticket package. Sign your organization up today at www.theelmirapioneers.com. As we get ready to bring things back here at Dunn Field, they're getting close to do the throwdown. They just had the 50-50 raffle coming here, so if you'd like to be part of the 50-50 raffle, make sure you come out to a game. Phone number is 607-734-2690. That's where you can get in contact to get one back for you. As the throwdown gets ready to come here from Chofei. Well, if he can get through this fourth inning, it'll be tied for his longest outing of the year. As up to bat for the Pioneers will be Brandon Dubeck, and after that it's Tubman and Gardner looking to get things rolling for the squad as Brandon Dubeck comes towards the plate. He gets the dot of the plate, and Chofei right now. He's got one strikeout. It comes off of Brandon Dubeck. That one goes for a ball. They check down just to make sure he didn't swing, and the first base umpire says no way. Dubeck playing the back half of the box. That one's high and goes away from the glove of the catcher. It's now a 2-0 count for Dubeck, and Chofei had a problem with finding the zone last inning. He had 2 4-pitch walks. Not trying to repeat that here for Dubeck. That one is a low. Ball 3. It's 3-0 now for Brandon Dubeck, the catcher. And the stop clap comes in from the Pioneers as the timeout is called. Just trying to get things going. Dubeck getting ready. That one is swung on and missed for strike number 2. So 2 pitches, 2 strikes on Dubeck. It's now a 3-2 count. Chofei swung on and missed for strike number 3. Another strikeout comes for Chofei off of the catcher. And that's the first out of the bottom half of the fourth. And Jack Tubman now will step up to the plate to try and see if he can repeat what he did in the second inning. He had a single there. However, not able to score. Award was hit by the pitch that moved him to second, but nothing ended up happening there. First throw. In there for a strike. Framing good there. Coming from behind the dish of Jacob Bantevanga. Second pitch, that one runs high. Tubman's got to duck out of the way. 1-1 now. Jack Tubman single, the only hit so far today by the Pioneers. Still looking for their first run, though. Delivery from Chofei. That one's outside. Not able to catch the corner on that one. It's a 2-1 count. Chofei gets ready. He delivers, and that one is going to be low. 3-1 for the right-hander. Trying to keep things moving here. It's a 3-1 count on Jack Tubman, who's already shown Chofei that he's not afraid of him. That one is in there for a strike. The count is once again full for another Elmira Pioneer. 3-2, 1 out. The delivery. That one's hit on the ground. It's going over towards shortstop. Grabbing on that one is Guir, who tries to hit bats, but it goes over his head, and it's going to go out of play. Tubman reaches towards second base. They do rule it a hit, so it's another single for him with a movement to second on an error. 2 hits now for the Elmira Pioneers, both coming off the bat of Jack Tubman, and it's a man in scoring position for Michael Gardner, who looks to break this one open as he steps on over towards Coach Drum as the catcher and pitcher discuss there at the mound. Michael Gardner digs into the right-handed batter's box. A lot of dirt that he's kicking there. Jack Tubman sits on second base. Joe Fay fires. It's a bunt attempt shown by Gardner. Will go foul, though, for the first strike of the at-bat. So Bats is going to play a little bit in at first base. He's almost on the grass. Chase Moore as well playing a little bit in, just in case they have to attack on a bunt. Chofe looks back. It's a balk on Chofe as the dancing of Tubman gets to his head. You can hear it come from the second base umpire immediately yelling, "That's a balk." Now it's a man on third base for the Pioneers. So 2 balks in this contest so far, 1 on each side. That one is low. Ball 1. Sometimes you don't even see a balk in a game. 2 in this one, 1 for each side, has moved a runner over to third base. Both happening in this inning, the 4th. That one goes for a strike. Michael Gardner last time, he had a fly ball over the right fielder. A fly ball into the outfield could send home Tubman, as that one is hit hard and heads towards right field. Getting underneath that one and grabbing it is going to be Farley once again. Tubman runs on his way home. The throw comes over, but not in time. Jack Tubman puts the first score on the board for the Pioneers. It's a sacrifice fly for Michael Gardner, and Jack Tubman reaches home. It's 2-1. Pioneers trail, but what they needed, an out for a run. And now Jack Aylward will step up to the plate to try and make this one even closer. I mentioned before Jack Aylward's power. He almost hit one out against Niagara. Opportunity here is last time up he was hit by the pitch. It hit towards the ear flap. Aylward. It's ready to go. Drum gives him a sign. Aylward from Lowell, Mass. As that one goes there for a strike. He takes the first pitch strike. 2-1 lead by the Doubledays. As that one's inward. 1-1. Chofe. See where he goes here as that one's in the dirt. 2-1 now. Chofe grabs the rosin bag before he steps up. Chofe going to Mount St. Charles Academy as that one goes for another ball. It's 3-1 now for Jack Aylward. Following the sacrifice fly that brought home Jack Tubman. 3-1. That one goes for a strike. Aylward thought he had a walk, but the count will now be full for him. Count is full. Payoff pitch. That one goes inside. It's ball number 4. Aylward will reach again on a walk. It's first time he was hit by it, but this time he'll go there all for free. Ryan Kristoff now steps up to try and get this one going. Jack Aylward represents the tying run at first base. Kristoff would be the leading run at home plate. Mentioned before, Ryan Kristoff on the season batting .231. That one is in there for a strike. First pitch strike, that's a large help for Chofe, who's had a problem with balls so far in this one. He's gotten behind in counts as that one is now hit hard but hit foul. And talk about being behind in a count. It's 0-2 now for Ryan Kristoff. He gets up to the right-handed batter's box. It's a righty-righty matchup once again. 0-2, high for a ball. Kristoff didn't try to go fishing for that one. It's a 1-2 count now, as he does his usual look through the steer back, getting ready to fire. 1-2 count. Delivery, high, throwback over, trying to get Aylward. They say he got him. Aylward gets tagged out at first base. He doesn't think he got it, but it's not going to be a discussion at all between the home plate and second base umpire. That's the third out, and the Pioneers get one, but left one on the base path.
The Elmira Pioneers are sponsored by AIM Independent Living, AJ's Outdoor Power Equipment, Ann's Pancakes, Centralis Health, Blaze Brockway, Bully Hill Vineyards, CAF USA.
Take a quick pause to look at some of the upcoming games here for the Pioneers. Apologize for that brief cutaway as we'll stay here with Hayes' delivery. Upcoming games for the Pioneers. It's the Jamestown Tarp Skunks on Sunday. That's a doubleheader at Jamestown. 7-inning games for that one. Then on Tuesday, rather than Auburn coming here, Elmira goes to Auburn to take on the Doubledays. And then Wednesday, it's going to be an out-of-league matchup against the Syracuse Saltcats. But the big one for that one, it's Stitches' birthday. And as well, it's Texas Roadhouse Free Kids Meal Day. So if you want to partake in that one at the home ballpark of historic Dunn Field and watch the game against the Saltcats, call 607-734-2690. As we return here, and why don't we talk a little bit about one of our sponsors for this one. It's Casa Trinity Prevention Center, and parenting today can sometimes feel like you're way out in left field. Casa Trinity Prevention wants to give you some backup for when those unexpected hits come your way. The Triple P Positive Parenting Program for families is designed to help parents step up to the plate with confidence. Learn skills that will help your family become stronger, healthier, and more resilient. To learn more visit CasaTrinity.org or email shamungprevention@casa-trinity.org. Thank you, Casa Trinity, for sponsoring the Elmira Pioneers. Back here, it's top five. As Brendan Hayes stays on the mound for the Pioneers. And the first pitch goes down for a ball. Last time Jack Aylward was picked off, the second pickoff of the Pioneers in this game. That's been a difficulty for them. As up to bat is George Farley. As that one's hit high towards foul territory. Trying to track that one is Davis, but it's going to be too far foul. It's a 1-1 count now for him. George Farley had a single his first time up. Ended up rounding the base path. Nice. Was an error on the throw from Michael Gardner. As the pitch comes in, that one hits zone for strike number 2. 1-2 count now coming in for the right-handed batter, George Farley. Hayes continues to work here. He looks towards Duback. Duback plays in the outer part of the plate, and that one's in the dirt. Trying to get that breaking ball in Breaks too hard. It goes in the dirt for ball number 2. It's a 2-2 count now. 2-1 the score. Auburn leads over the Elmira Pioneers. Hayes steps and fires. That one's fouled back and hits off the leg of Farley. George Farley got his 4th hit of the season today on that single. OPS of 1,038. 2-2 count. He's looking to get him out of there. That one high, ball 3. A full count now for Brennan Hayes, who wants to keep things moving. Full count. Farley looking to get on base for a 2nd time today. The kick and delivery. That one's hit off the end of the bat. Brett Baker is going to have to attack that one in center field, and he does so and grabs it for out number 1. So first out comes in there for Hayes, and it's going to be up to bat Nachos Gonzalez, who had the RBI single on that last one. He was caught stealing, though. So have to see what he does if he gets on the base path. Nachos Gonzalez steps up. Hayes fires. That one's inside. Ball 1. Brandon Dubeck doing a good job behind the plate today to hold off the possibility of a pass ball with runners on. Right now, he doesn't have to worry about it. Hayes throws that one. It's hit hard, and it's going to be fair down the first base line. Gonzalez is going to have a single. That one goes over towards second base. Trying to tag him out there is Adamo, and he does so. Gardner there, who played backup to Adamo. So trying to stretch a single into 2 does not go in his favor as he gets punched out at second base. It will still be a single in the books, but out number 2 coming in there. A great arm there from Caleb Delaney. Gets the punch out by Michael Gardner. As up to bat now is Brendan Smith. He struck out his last time up. That one goes for a strike. 0-1 count now. As the lights begin to get ready to turn on here at Dunn Field. Hayes kicks and fires. That one's in there for strike number 2. And 2 quick strikes for Hayes as Smith is now down in the count. He's the extra hitter for the day. An extra hitter spot, a good spot for any pinch hitters that you generally see here. That one's fouled back, the 9-hole hitter. On deck, the catcher, Jacob Bentivenga, the 10-hole hitter. As those of you not aware, the PGCBL allows for 10 hitters. If you care to do so, every team so far that the Pioneers have faced have done so. Allows for some more guys get some playing time, as that one's hit hard and it goes foul, though. Davis not able to retrieve it, but went over past the foul line when it went across the third base path. So it still remains 0-2, 2 outs for Hayes. Looking to hold off for a 3rd straight inning. Any chance of a Auburn score as that one swung on and missed for a strikeout. That's punch out number 5, and Hayes steps off the mound and heads over to the Elmira Pioneers dugout. They've got some work that they need to do to try and get back into this one. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Auburn leads 2-1. Ryan Kristoff now steps up as he was up to bat last half inning, but he was held off due to a caught stealing on Chuck Aylward. Very bang play there against Aylward. But now Kristoff steps up with no men on. The lights come on here at Dunn Field. The historic Dunn Field opened up in 1888. Those lights probably added later on than 1888, but I wasn't there. So first pitch goes for a strike, and the man wearing 88 goes 0-1 now. It's always interesting, these incredibly historic ballparks and just how long they've stood. Around the site here was the first game of American high school football under the lights. There's a sign of it right outside of Dunn Field as that one goes for a swinging strike 2. 0-2 count now for Ryan Kristoff, who wants to get on base and get the first hit for the Pioneers from a man not named Jack Tubman. Pitch comes in, and that one's hit high and foul. Chauffé. Now, if he can get one out, this would be his longest appearance of the season. Right now, against Kristoff, he just needs one strike. Pitch comes in, hit foul. So Kristoff staying in this one. It's been 4 pitches strikes, 2 of which were fouled away. 0-2 count, no outs. Chauffé. Steps in, fires, and that one is cut on a miss. It's a drop third. The throw over to the first baseman and bats, and that's the 3rd strikeout of the day for Michael Chauffé, and this is going to be his longest outing of the season, currently going 4 1/3 innings. And now Thomas Cheplik, the extra hitter, steps up to go. He gets into the left-handed batter's box. Swung on a miss for strike number 1. As I mentioned before, Chauffé currently sitting at 3 punch-outs on the day. 0-1 count. Delivery outside, ball 1. Just two hits so far in this contest by the Elmira Pioneers. That one's outside again for ball 2. It's a 2-1 count. Those 2 hits being singles by Jack Tubman. That one's hit foul, and Tubman was the one who ended up scoring the lone run here for Elmira. Steps back into the box. He's got his back foot on the back half of the batter's box. That one's hit foul again off the end of the bat. Late swing sends it opposite direction. 2-2. Cheplik dots the plate, gets ready for Chauffé. Swung on a miss for strike number 3. Another punch out comes in for Chauffé. 2 outs now as the around the horn goes into the outfield. They'll try and grab that one before Caleb Delaney steps up to the plate to take things moving. Delaney walked his first time up. That one was a 4-pitch walk that he got on for, so never had to take the bat off of his shoulders at any point. Caleb Delaney looks as Chauffé fires, and it's going to be hit on the inner part of his bat. It goes right on over to Gonzalez, who flips it to bats for out number 3. 2 punch-outs and a ground-out is the way that the bottom half of the 5th goes for the Pios. And they'll get ready as coming up it's the top half of the 6th, and Brennan Hayes will have to continue dealing. The Elmira Pioneers are sponsored by AIM Independent Living,
AJ's Outdoor Power Equipment, Ann's Pancakes, Centralis Health, Blaze Brockway, Bully Hill Vineyards, CAF USA, Casa Trinity Prevention, Chemung Canal Trust Company, Chemung Supply, Coca-Cola, Council Rock Wealth Advisory Group, Dandy Mini Marts, Elm Chevrolet, Elmira Heat Treating, Chemung County Family Fitness Center, Finger Lakes Federal Credit Union, FM Howell, Glove House, Guthrie, Hilliard Corporation, Honeybee Made, Jubilee Foods, Kahuna's, Kennedy Valve, M&T Bank, Martha Lloyd Community Services, McDonald's, Papa John's, Pathways, Pinecroft, Rodney J. Strange, ServPro, ServU Credit Union, Sheddens, Solutions Credit Union, Southern Tier Custom Fabricators, Susan Minchin Dentistry, Swan Morse Insurance, Texas Roadhouse, Tom South Corning Collision, the United States Army, the United States Navy, Vasco Brands, Wegmans, Wise Markets, Well Now Urgent Care, WETM, Wiggle 100, and Woodbrook Assisted Living. Thank you for sponsoring the Elmira Pioneers, and go Pios. The Kids Run finishes up here at Dunn Field, sponsored by McDonald's. And if you want to be a part of the Kids Run, you want to have the little one run around the bases, you can give us a call, 607-734-2690. Try and get tickets to some of the upcoming games. They happen at each one, barring a weather delay. Top of the sixth now for the Pioneers, who currently trail the Doubledays in the contest 2-1. So a very close game here. Up to bat right now is going to be Jacob Bentavenga, who watches first pitch go for a strike. Bentavenga, the catcher here today for the Doubledays, who try to get another win on the season, would push them to 6-1 if they are able to hold on to this score. That one swung on a miss for strike number 2. We've seen some crazy things happen at Dunn Field. Last game, it was the Pilots who came back after being down by 5 runs to tie it up into the 8th and take the lead in the 9th before the Pioneers scored 2 to walk it all off, as that one goes foul. 0-2 count, no outs here in the top half of the 6th. Brennan Hayes, following the first 2 innings that saw a run in each one, has been able to hold off. 0-2 count. The delivery, and that one is not in the zone. It'll be ball number 1. Hayes is trying to make Bentavenga strike out for a second time today. Hayes gets his footing, he fires, and that one's hit foul over towards Coach Thomas Eaton on the third baseline. He was not able to make the grab one-handed on it. His fielders will most certainly give him a call out for it later. They'll definitely say, hey, if you can't get that foul ball, why do we have to listen to you yell at us for infield balls, as that one goes outside for ball number 2. It's always interesting when a ball is hit towards one of the first or third base coaches and how they react to it. Of course, Coach Drum's laying his body out for that one, as Hayes is 2-2. That one's hit high and foul again. Another foul ball comes in for Bentavenga. Still remains 2-2. No outs here in the top half of the 6th, excuse me. We're getting very close to those late innings. Hayes gets ready.
Sun comes back out from behind the clouds as that one's hit high and foul. Seems to be getting in the eyes of Michael Gardner, who's putting his glove up. Tubman over and left. He's got a perfect shadow in front of him. But Gardner is just getting beamed by the sun, so maybe if you hit a ball over towards the shortstop, hope that Gardner maybe has a little bit of difficulty, but considering how great of a fielder Gardner is, probably will capitalize on that one. As that framing does not work in his favor. Hayes thought he had it. 3-2. A full count coming for Bentavenga. Hayes looks down towards Dubek. The fire. That one's hit hard. It heads over past Gardner and heads into left field. It's a single coming in for Bentavenga. His first hit of the day, and the Doubledays now have an opportunity to get some more runs on the board as they have a first man on with nobody out. The third time today that they've done so. And up to bat comes Riley Ames. Started his day off with a walk, then a stolen base, and rounded third and home. But his third inning appearance, he ended up flying out on a pop fly to Tyler Adamo. Bunt shown, unable to get it. It's a strike. Dubek was already standing up, so no opportunity to steal for Bentavenga. As things continue to go here for both sides. Bentavenga on the season was batting .333. That one goes for a strike. However, he only has one stolen base, so a chance is there for Bentavenga to steal, but maybe not, depending on how things roll. It's 0-2 now on Riley Ames. That one just a bit outside. Hayes really thought he had that one. If we had ABS, that one may have missed by maybe 0.2 inches. Hayes kicks and fires. That one's hit off the end of the bat, foul. One-two count. So far in this contest, Auburn has 6 hits to Elmira's 2. But for some, it's just, can you score runs? And Auburn has only gotten 2 on the board, Elmira with 1. Hayes, outside pitch. And I don't need to reiterate Moneyball, but runs win you the game, no matter how you get on base. I'm sure Brad Pitt could explain that a little bit more thorough if you ask him nicely. Hayes' delivery. Swung on and missed for strike number 3. That's punch out number 6 for Brennan Hayes. And the first out of the 6th inning. And now, Teddy Monahan steps up to the plate to try and get things rolling. I've mentioned numerous times here how he was the player of the week for the West Division, but today he's not been his usual self. He had a pop fly towards Adamo, who went in the outfield, and then a strikeout. That one goes for ball number 1. Bentavenga still sits on first base, trying to make something happen here for the Doubledays. Hayes' outside throw again. That was in the other's batter's box. 2-0 count. As Pios fans, a stacked house here for fireworks after the show. 2-0. Hayes Gets that one at the top of the zone for strike number 1. Monahan did not like that call. It's 2-1 now. Hayes. That short stretch, and he fires for a foul ball. Gets real low with that stretch. He's now sitting at a 2-2 count on Monahan. Luke Greer sits on deck, who had a double his last time up. Hayes. Delivery. That one's hit hard, and it goes past Alex Davis at third. It's going to be a single for Monahan as Tubman grabs it in the outfield. A single moves him to first, and it moves Bentavenga over to second for Luke Greer, who now steps up to the base, to home plate. It's going to be a visit on the mound coming in here. He's gone through 5 1/3 so far. Have to see, this is a full infield meeting. There is a man warming for the Pioneers right now in the bullpen. But it seems to be, given the full infield meeting, just a course of action talk from their coach to see there to get things moving. As the coach that you've been seeing so far that has gone to the mound has been crucial. As up to bat now comes Luke Greer. Once again, he had a double his last time. He ended up making over to third base on a balk from Hayes. That was in the 4th inning. 2-1 now. Bentavenga at second. Monahan sitting at first. The delivery. Corner strike. Hayes does what Hayes does best. (0-1) now. As Gardner shadows Bentavenga. Outside pitch for ball 1. 1-2 count. On deck sits Justin Batts, the first baseman, as Hayes continues to try and deal here. The kick and delivery, that one's fouled away. 1-2 for Greer, who's trying to get another knock and another run on the board for Auburn. Once again, the leading team in batting average this season in the PGCBL, sitting at .370. They've got 7 hits today, but just 2 runs. That one's outside. Hayes came very close to getting Greer to chase. But that was a big fastball that rolled by as Hayes looks ready to deliver. Hayes, the second season on the Pioneers, and he's taking the starting role pretty seriously in his second start. As that one swung foul. Once again, his first start was against Olean. This one is second. He did come in relief in opening day of Landon Birch. But ever since, he's not come out of the pen. He's just strictly been a rotation guy. 2-2. Delivery. Strike 3 is the call, and that's the 7th punch out of the day for Brennan Hayes. His second of the inning, and Justin Batts will have to come up as Luke Greer did not agree with that call. They say it just hit the corner of the plate on the inside as now Justin Batts steps up. 0-0, 2 outs. Man on second, man on first. Hayes' delivery. Outside, Duback gets on the dirt. He throws that one over to third base. It's going to be a safe stolen base by Bentavenga. His second steal on the season. Now it's men on the corners. Opportunity for a double steal comes in now for the Doubledays. It's a 1-0 count. Hayes looks to deal, and he does. That one, it goes. It's going to be a throw down there over to Adamo. Adamo throws back to Duback, and the double steal does not work. Duback gets the tag at home. They coordinate that perfectly, and it's 3 outs for the Pios, holding off the chance of a run. It's 2-1 as we head towards the bottom half of the 6th. New pitcher for the Doubledays. It's Elijah Blast coming in out of the pen. He's an Ithaca, New York guy, Cayuga Community College. As the throw goes down there, Michael Chofé exits the contest after throwing 5 innings, his highest of the season. He allowed 2 hits, 4 walks. He struck out 4, let 1 run go by. That run was unearned. And Tyler Adamo now steps up to be the guy to try and take this one forward. And as the bullpen comes in, it's a perfect opportunity to start getting some bat on ball. As Blast and his catcher begin to talk. Elijah Blast. This is his first outing of the season for the Doubledays. Have to see what happens here with him. But it all starts off with pitch number 1. He gets set and throws. Adamo drills that one. It goes high in the left field, but getting underneath that one is going to be Monahan, who tracks back into the sun, bounces into the Hilliard sign, but gets to the first out. So a hard-hit ball first pitch from Adamo, but it goes for an out, and Michael Gardner now steps up. Excuse me, Brett Baker. Michael Gardner hasn't been in the 2 slots for a while. Thinking of long hit balls here at Dunfield, that's Michael Gardner. He had a home run last week. Brett Baker's another guy that can hit it hard, though. He's looking to get his first hit of the day. He only walked earlier, as that one's outside for ball number 1. Righty-lefty matchup here comes in with Brett Baker. Baker watches that one go past the catcher. 2-0 count now for Baker. Bottom 6 here, 2-1 lead for Auburn. They currently sit atop the West Division of the PGCBL. Step off as a timeout is called. Baker gets back in. It's 2-0. 1 out. Delivery. That's hit hard by Baker. I told you he could hit it hard. It goes towards left field, but Monahan again is going to get under that one. The Pioneers have been able to hit this baseball, but it's gone directly into Monahan's glove. That's the second out of the inning. And Alex Davis now steps up. Davis may be on a 6-game on-base streak, but he's also looking at a hitting streak that's looking towards trying to get to the same length. It's 5 games that he's had a hit in. That one goes for a strike. So that last one was hit opposite field by Brett Baker. 0-1 count. That one swung hard and is a strike as he can't make any contact on that one. Davis. Elijah Blass fires. That one's hit on the ground. It heads on over towards first base with an unassisted out is Justin Batts. It's 1-2-3, almost as quick as a 1-2-3 could be. Pioneers still trail 2-1 here as we head towards the top of the 7th inning.
The Elmira Pioneers are sponsored by AIM Independent Living, AJ's Outdoor Power Equipment, Ann's Pancakes, Centralis Health, Blaze Brockway, Bully Hill Vineyards, CAF USA, Casa Trinity Prevention, Chemung Canal Trust Company, Chemung Supply, Coca-Cola, Council Rock Wealth Advisory Group, Dandy Mini Marts, Elm Chevrolet, Elmira Heat Treating, Chemung County Family Fitness Center, Finger Lakes Federal Credit Union, FM Howell, Glove House, Guthrie, Hilliard Corporation, Honeybee Made, Jubilee Foods, Kahuna's, Kennedy Valve, M&T Bank, Martha Lloyd Community Services, McDonald's, Papa John's, Pathways, Pinecroft, Rodney J. Strange, Serve Pro, Serve You Credit Union, Sheddens, Solutions Credit Union, Southern Tier Custom Fabricators, Susan Minchin Dentistry, Swan Morse Insurance, Texas Roadhouse, Tom South Corning Collision, the United States Army, the United States Navy, Vasco Brands, Wegmans, Wise Markets, Well Now Urgent Care, WETM, Wiggle 100, and Woodbrook Assisted Living. Thank you for sponsoring the Elmira Pioneers, and go Pios.
New arm on the mound. It's going to be Tobias Waldridge to take things forward for the Pioneers. As Brendan Hayes exits after 6 innings of work that saw him strike out 7. He allowed 7 hits, 1 walk, 2 runs passed, but only 1 of which will be earned. So good day for him. That's a quality start as Waldridge looks to continue the strong way so far that the Pioneers have worked. Of course, right now they're currently sitting in a deficit, 2-1. As coming up to bat now will be Justin Batts to try and get things moving. Last time he was out there at the plate. It was a grounder that Davis threw over to Aylward. Or, excuse me, Gardner threw over to Aylward. First pitch goes for a ball. Waldridge, this is his third appearance of the season. The Houghton University pitcher, as that one goes for a ball. It's 2-0 now. And the bullpen was a difficulty for the Pioneers against Newark. As that one goes in, and that one's hit hard and towards foul territory, though. It'll be the first strike of Waldridge's day, coming off a hard hit foul. That game against the Pilots, 4 runs passed by Zach Nelson. He was in line for the win, but then all of a sudden, 6 others go by the following pitchers. It's a 3-1 now. Waldridge's pitch, that one's fouled again. Full count now, and if Waldridge can get a punch out here, that's a high momentum boost for the Pioneers here in the top of the 7th inning. Waldridge kicks and deals. That one's hit foul. So the 3 strikes that have faced bats have all gone foul as Waldridge adjusts the glove as they get new baseballs. Coach Drum runs out there to help him. Full count still, no outs here in the top of the 7th. Waldridge gets his hands all over the ball, make sure he gets his grip going. Full count. Tobias Waldridge, delivery. That one's too high. It's going to be ball number 4, and Bat gets on base there with a walk. Now up is going to be the third baseman in Chase Moore. He struck out his last time when he was facing off against Brennan Hayes. See where things end up happening here. As Waldridge looks down. Kicks and deals, and that one hits off the back of the knee of Moore, and it's going to be 2 on now before the first out. For the Doubledays, it's a man on first, man on second. And Waldridge now has to bear down to try and keep this one to a 1-run deficit. Pioneers are going to hold off from using a guy like Sam Watts until they are in a potential save situation or have a close tied game. Colin Hoog, the DH, is now up to bat, and he gets ready to go. He shows bunt, but pulls back. That one's low. That was a immediate pullback on the show bunt. 1-0 count. Getting ready to go when he fires in there, and it's fouled back into the screen. Juvak threw the mask off to see if he could try and get that one. He cannot. One count. Waldridge looks back. Fires, and that one is low. Two one. Waldridge delivers. That one's low, and it bounces in the dirt. 3-1 count now. Coming in. Dubak gives the sign. Man on second, man on first. Waldridge. Outside pitch, ball 4. Another walk comes in here for the Doubledays. And the bases are now completely loaded. Still no outs. As George Farley steps up to bat. As it's a meeting on the mound to see where things are headed. So bases loaded, infield meeting. George Farley, he had a single to start the day off where he reached all the way towards home after an error on the throw. That was in the second inning. That was the second run that the Doubledays ended up scoring. They scored 1 in the first following a walk of Ames, and he stole a bag. George Farley, a single and a fly out so far in this one. If he hits one in the outfield, it's an opportunity for the Doubledays to score. 2-1. Kick and deal. That one's fouled away. Grabbed there by the coach at third base, and the dugout is giving a little bit of excitement to that one. It was a one-handed snag, bare hand here. Waldridge. Delivery. That one's hit hard. It gets on over towards Adamo. He flips it to Gardner. Trying to turn 2 over to Aylward. In time for the double play, but 1 run will score on that one. So it's 2 outs there on the double play. What ended up scoring home is Justin Batts. Chase Moore moves to third base. Colin Hugh and George Farley go out. It's 3-1. Auburn lead over the Pioneers, but a big bang-bang play there by the Pios holds the bases loaded to just 1 run. As a man only occupies third base now. First pitch goes for a ball. 2 outs, top half of the 7th inning. It's been 2 runs in the first 2 innings for Auburn. The Pios scored in the 4th with a run of their own. Now the first run since then is won by Auburn. It's a 1-1 count. Pitch, that one's hit high into the air towards left field. Getting under that one is Tubman, and he makes the catch and gets the out for out number 3. It is 3-1 Auburn lead after scoring 1 run there, but able to get out of a bases jam situation with only 1 run. The Pios get ready to go in the bottom half of the 7th. The Elmira Pioneers would like to thank AG's Outdoor Power Equipment for being the official motorsport provider for the Pioneers. Visit them today at 1699 South Main Street in Mansfield, Pennsylvania. Brennan Duback is coming up to the plate. He's struck out twice so far in this contest. That one runs in high. And Duback will, they say it does hit him. It will be a walk over towards first. And up to bat next will be Jack Tubman, who in this contest has 2 singles, the lone 2 hits on the day for the Pioneers. Elijah Blass remains on the mound for the Doubledays. 1 man on now for the Pioneers, and it's a talk to see. I think they're talking to see if it was a hit by pitch. It was a high pitch, so it was very close, and now it's going to be a walk over to a mound visit. So initial talk to the home plate umpire, and then going over, and it's going to be an infield meeting here as Brendan Duback currently occupies first base. It's nothing much there to do. Duback got out of the way, but Sade still maybe hit the tip of his helmet. So Blass has to get back into it. I was mentioning before, this is Blass's first time pitching this season. He started things off with a pair of flyouts and a grounder that got out the other side. As stepping up now, Jack Tubman. 2 singles. Second one, he reached second base on the error and then got to third on a balk as that one goes for strike number 1. Tubman would represent the tying run at the plate. Auburn scored 1 at the top half. The pitch comes in. That one's hit hard right back at Bloss, and he gets the double play there. Bad luck for Tubman. Great play by Bloss to catch that one, and it's 2 outs for the Doubledays. And their day so far has been a lot of favors for them. That line out just helps them even more. And Michael Gardner now has to go up with nobody on. Bloss looks down as the sun begins to set here in Elmira, New York. That one's outside, ball 1. Michael Gardner looking for some sort of offense for the Pioneers. Once again, haven't gotten a hit since the 4th inning. That was the single by Tubman. Ball 2. And Auburn has proved why they are one of the best teams early on in the PGCBL's West Division, as that one goes for ball 3. 3-0 count, 2 outs. Bottom of the 7th inning. 3-0. That one goes for ball 4. It's a 4-pitch walk. Michael Gardner gets on for his first time today. And coming up to bat will be Jack Aylward, who's reached each time he's gotten to the plate. He's gotten there twice. One time he got there by a hit by pitch. The other was a walk. But he was picked off at first base in that situation. So now he has to figure out what to do with Gardner on. If he can get a handle of this baseball, this game could shift entirely. Bloss stares down. He deals. That one's in there for a strike. First pitch strike, always the best friend of the man on the mound. And 0-1 count. 2 outs. Bloss steps and fires. Going there is Gardner, and he will slide in, but did not have to. It was a pass ball. Stolen base by Michael Gardner. 1-1 count. Gardner doesn't slide there. Potential opportunity to move towards third, but either way, it's a man in scoring position for the Pioneers. Bloss waits to get on the rubber. They dust off home plate. Home plate umpire. 1-1 count. The Let's Go Pios chants here at historic Dunn Field begin to go. Bloss looks down. Gets ready. Back. Fourth. Deal. Low. Ball 2. 2-1 count now for Jack Aylward. Once again, so far today, hit by pitch and walked. So he's gotten on twice. Still has yet to get a hit on the season. However, this is only his second game played. Aylward steps up. Bloss gets ready to deal. Gets set and fires, and that one's low, and it's past the catcher and Pennsylvania. Gardner moves over to third base on another pass ball, and that's what the Pios have done so well this season, has been pass balls getting up and moving on the base path. It's another one for Michael Gardner, and Jack Aylward just needs a bloop single, and the Pios will be within one. Tying run at the plate. To try and cut it down to a one-run lead, it's just 90 feet away. That one swung and missed by Aylward. Full count now for the first baseman. Opportunity to drop this to a one-run game. Bloss deals outside, ball 4. Aylward will take another walk over to first base, his third time today. And Ryan Kristoff steps up to the plate now. The designated hitter. Opportunity for a double steal comes now for the Pioneers. Kristoff gets ready to step into the box. And he does so. Here in the late innings of yet another home game here at Dunn Field. That one's hit foul. Too hard for either side to get. There'll be a fan in the crowd that grabs that one. 5-1 the record of Auburn. 5-3 the record of Elmira. Auburn sits at the top of the West Division. Bloss deals, cut on, and strike number 2. That one loss in the season by Auburn is against Niagara Falls Americans. 0-2 count, 2 outs. The throw outside, ball 1. A 1-2 count comes for Kristoff, who has not had great luck here today at bat, but one swing can change this all up. The tying run is at first, as that one is swung on and missed first. Strike number 3. Bloss gets his first punch out of the day, and the Pios are not able to score as we head into the 8th inning. It is 3-1 now. Auburn leads over the Elmira Pioneers.
The Elmira Pioneers are sponsored by AIM Independent Living, AJ's Outdoor Power Equipment, Ann's Pancakes, Centralis Health, Blaze Brockway, Bully Hill Vineyards, CAF USA, Casa Trinity Prevention, Chemung Canal Trust Company, Chemung Supply, Coca-Cola, Council Rock Wealth Advisory Group, Dandy Mini Marts, Elm Chevrolet, Elmira Heat Treating, Chemung County Family Fitness Center, Finger Lakes Federal Credit Union, FM Howell, Glove House, Guthrie, Hilliard Corporation, Honeybee Maid, Jubilee Foods, Kahuna's, Kennedy Valve, M&T Bank, Martha Lloyd Community Services, McDonald's, Papa John's, Pathways, Pinecroft, Rodney J. Strange, ServPro, Serve You Credit Union, Sheddens, Solutions Credit Union, Southern Tier Custom Fabricators, Susan Minchin Dentistry, Swan Morse Insurance, Texas Roadhouse, Tom South Corning Collision, the United States Army, the United States Navy, Vasco Brands, Wegmans, Wise Markets, Well Now Urgent Care, WETM, Wiggle 100, and Woodbrook Assisted Living. Thank you for sponsoring the Elmira Pioneers, and go Pios.
Top 8, Waldridge remains on the mound for the Pioneers, and it's getting tight now as Auburn leads 3-1 here at Dunn Field. As up to bat for the Doubledays will be Brennan Smith to try and get things moving, as they are currently just 6 outs away from taking on another win in the West Division. As taking a quick peek over around the West Division to see just how things are going right now in terms of scores. That one's hit hard but hit foul. Right now, Niagara Falls leads over Newark 13-3. It's the bottom of the 7th. 3 outs from Niagara Falls, and they get the win off the run rule. Jamestown and Geneva, it's 0-0, bottom 2. Olean and at Niagara, Olean leads 7-2. That pitch goes for a ball. They're bottom 6, so Olean trying to get back to that 500 number. And Batavia is playing today, but they are playing an out-of-league game. They're playing the Buffalo Diesel. So that one's hit hard and hit towards the outfield. Davis can't get on that one. It's going to be a single coming in for Brennan Smith. His first hit of the day following 2 strikeouts, and now it's a man on for the Doubledays, who have an opportunity to extend this lead even more with Jacob Bentavenga looking to get another run across. No outs so far. Middle infield playing a little bit further back as Waldridge gets set. And that the 0-0 pitch goes low for 1-0. Waldridge looks as top of the order is due up next, and it's 2-0 now for Waldridge as Riley Ames sits on deck. The check from Waldridge, the throw over to first, not in time. Still 2-0. The throw, low. 3-0, 3 straight balls from Tobias Waldridge. Still no outs, man on first there in Brendan Smith. That one will be ball 4, a 4-pitch walk from Waldridge. And here comes Coach Strum to talk to his pitcher and get a new arm out of the pen. Waldridge will step out of this one after only going 1 inning of work. It's going to be a brand new arm for the Pioneers when we come back here, as running in from the bullpen is a right-hander that we'll talk about a little bit more right after this.
The Elmira Pioneers are sponsored by AIM Independent Living, AJ's Outdoor Power Equipment, Ann's Pancakes, Centralis Health, Blaze Brockway, Bully Hill Vineyards, CAF USA, Casa Trinity Prevention, Chemung Canal Trust Company, Chemung Supply, Coca-Cola, Council Rock Wealth Advisory Group, Dandy Mini Marts, Elm Chevrolet, Elmira Heat Treating, Chemung County Family Fitness Center, Finger Lakes Federal Credit Union, FM Howell, Glove House, Guthrie, Hilliard Corporation, Honeybee Made, Jubilee Foods, Kahuna's, Kennedy Valve, M&T Bank, Martha Lloyd Community Services, McDonald's, Papa John's, Pathways, Pinecroft, Rodney J. Strange, ServPro, Serve You Credit Union, Sheddens, Solutions Credit Union, Southern Tier Custom Fabricators, Susan Minchin Dentistry, Swan Morse Insurance, Texas Roadhouse, Tom South Corning Collision, the United States Army, the United States Navy, Vasco Brands, Wegmans, Wise Markets, Well Now Urgent Care, WETM, Wiggle 100, and Woodbrook Assisted Living. Thank you for sponsoring the Elmira Pioneers, and go Pios. Thomas Cheplick takes over duties on the mound for the Pioneers, moving from the extra hitter over to the pitcher. As his last time that he was dealing for the squad, he was given the victory against Newark, and now coming up to take things forward for Auburn following that walk is going to be Teddy Monahan. Riley Ames. Jacob Bentavenga was the one who took the walk there, as Brennan Smith currently sits on second base. First pitch goes for ball from Cheplick. 8 hits in the contest for Auburn. A 3-1 lead. Cheplick looks to throw back in time as Smith. Gardner was trying to get the pick off. He roped around as Cheplick looks to try and get the first out of the inning. Waldridge there went just one. Showed bunt, didn't go. Throw back down, not in time. So a pullback quick enough from Ames. It's 2-0 now. As Alex Davis moves towards the infield grass, and so does Jack Aylward at first base. The throw, the bunt goes down. Attacking that one will be Davis. Try to throw over to first, but not in time. It's an infield single on a bunt. The speed of Riley Ames gets him on, and Teddy Monahan enters in. Player of the week last week now with bases loaded. What better situation for a man who hit a home run last week than for an opportunity to hit a grand slam? The wind is blowing straight out towards center field. Gardner plays in. All of the infield play in case of a bunt. Brendan Smith sits on third base. The throw in there for strike number 1. Monahan didn't like it, but there's the strike from Cheplick. 0-1 count. The delivery, that one's hit back. It heads over to Adamo. Adamo's going to throw home. Dubek gets the out, so the force play at home gets the out on the fielder's choice. So the first out comes in of the inning. No run will score there.
And that's why you play in on the field in case a hard hit grounder goes to you. You can throw it on home. Now an opportunity for a double play could end this one with no runs scored. Luke Greer steps up to the plate. He struck out earlier. He also hit a double. Cheplik's throw. That one's hit hard and high towards left field. Looking to get underneath that one is Tubman. He cannot do so. It hits off the wall. And all of a sudden, one run scores. And the second one is going to cross the plate here. It's going to be Bentavenga and Ames both getting home. 2-run score for Auburn. A 2-run single by Luke Greer. His third RBI on the day. It is now 5-1. Doubledays lead here at Dunn Field. Bases now contain a man on first and a man on second. 1 out. The throwdown. Davis cannot grab it, though. It's going to be a stolen base coming in from Monahan. Men on the corners now. 1-0 count. Double steal possibility here. Home plate umpire wipes off the plate. Following Dubek's jump. 1-0 count, 1 out. Cheplik. Hickson deals. A steal attempt goes. It's fouled. So Greer will have to go back to first base. It's a 1-1 count. One count, 1 out. That one's high. 2-1 now. Cheplik deals. That one's outside. Dubek does not try to throw it over to second base. Greer will get the stolen bag. So now it's 2 in scoring position. It's actually correction on the count. It's a 2-2 count right now. The throw from Cheplik. That one gets corner for strike number 3. And Cheplik gets his first punch out. Second out of the inning is Justin Batts on strikes. Jace Moore now steps up to the plate to take this one forward. Jace Moore in this one, he got hit by the pitch, and that's the only way he's gotten on. He had a fielder's choice earlier as well, but it was 4-6 that end of the inning. Cheplik's throw. That one's hit hard and towards right field. It's going to drop, though. It's going to be 1-run scoring. Now, all of a sudden, Greer's going to try and get home. And it's going to be a double coming in for Chase Moore for his first hit of the day. It's a 2-run double. And now it is 7-1. Doubledays lead as they eclipse the double-digit mark in hits. It's 11 hits to 2. 7-1 here in the top half of the 8th. A tough situation as Cheplik steps off to try and throw back, but no one was in the area to throw it to. Chase Moore occupies second base. Colin Hugh is the designated hitter at home plate as he hits that one high into the air. Dubek looks like he's going to try and get that one on the foul ball. He tries to get underneath, and he doesn't do so. It goes away. Tried to run towards the fence, but there's only so much fence you get, and that one goes for a foul strike. 0-1 count, 2 outs. Chase Moore sits on second base following a 2-run double. Tommy Cheplik deals, and the right-hander gets his second strike. It's interesting when you see these players who throw righty but bat lefty, and Tommy Cheplik is one of them. 0-2 count. 2 outs. Trying to get out of this one. Cheplick looks. Delivers and slow one there, but it was strike 3 nonetheless. Did not matter on the throw. That's a punch out, and the Pioneers, after what was a 4-run top half of the inning by the Doubledays, now have a lot of work that they have to do to get back into this one. It is 7-1 Auburn lead here at the historic Dunn Field. Back here, bottom 8, it's 7-1. Auburn leads, and it's going to be the pitcher, Tommy Cheplick, to try and get some momentum on the board for the squad. Started the day as the extra hitter, came in as the relief pitcher. Batting lefty, but throwing righty. Bloss stays on the mound, and first pitch is rolled over. It's in fair territory. That one is thrown on by Pensavenga over to Bats at first, and it's going to be the first out. A quick 2-3 gets the first out, and up to bat now will be Caleb Delaney to come on and try and start something of his own. He walked earlier today, but still looking for a hit ever since his first at bat back in Newark. That first pitch goes high for ball number 1. Seven to 1 right now. Auburn leads. That one's fouled back. It's a 1-1 count now. Fans looking to get into this one, get behind their boys. They need a large lead to get back into this one. Pitch. Not there. It's going to be ball 2. 2-1 count now on Caleb Delaney, who is looking to get the third hit on the board for the Pioneers. Pitch. Strike. 2-2 now. It's another one of those games where just one batter has hits on the day. That happened as well in the first game, the Niagara Ironbacks doubleheader. That one's low for ball 3. And that one, it was Alex Davis who had the lone hits. And this one is Jack Tubman. That one's outside. It's going to be ball number 4. And Caleb Delaney gets on for a second time today on walk, and it's going to be the top of the order. Tyler Adamo is the batter for the Pios as he steps up, still looking for his first time on the base path that's not off of fielder's choice. He was picked off at first base earlier, following that fielder's choice. That one's hit hard. It heads over to second base as the flip from Gonzalez goes over, and the throwback in not in time. It's another fielder's choice. So Tyler Adamo gets on, but Delaney once again gets out. Now Brett Baker comes to the plate, and as long as if it doesn't follow again what happened where Adamo was picked off at first base, should be good. But Bloss is currently working hard for this Doubledays side. His first outing here, he's already gone through 2 2/3. That one goes in for a strike. The inside part of the plate is always one really hard to judge. But right there, it's grabbed by Bloss. 0-1. That one's outside. Baker has to walk away from that one. Threw the hip back to not get hit, but ball doesn't go past Bentavenga. Bloss looks over. It's 1-1 count, 2 outs. That one again runs in on Baker. 2-1 now as Adamo is not taking a secondary lead right now. He did before, and that's what led to the pickoff attempt. The throw comes there, and it's hit foul. 2-2. And you can say that his secondary lead's coming a little bit later than before, because before was he got that little bit extra lead, showed as if he was going to go, and that's what allowed for Chofei to throw it back over towards first base and get the pickoff attempt. It's 2-2 count, 2 outs for Brett Baker, who is looking for his first time on base since his walk, and it will not come here. It's a strike 3 on the swing. Elijah Bloss is rolling through the Pioneers lineup in relief as now we head to the top of the 9th. The Pios just have 3 outs, but they got to make sure that the Doubledays don't extend this lead. The Elmira Pioneers are sponsored by AIM Independent Living, AJ's Outdoor Power Equipment, Ann's Pancakes, Centralis Health, Blaze Brockway, Bully Hill Vineyards, CAF USA, Casa Trinity Prevention, Chemung Canal Trust Company, Chemung Supply, Coca-Cola, Council Rock Wealth Advisory Group, Dandy Mini Marts, Elm Chevrolet, Elmira Heat Treating, Chemung County Family Fitness Center, Finger Lakes Federal Credit Union, FM Howell, Glove House, Guthrie, Hilliard Corporation, Honeybee Made, Jubilee Foods, Kahuna's, Kennedy Valve, M&T Bank, Martha Lloyd Community Services, McDonald's, Papa John's, Pathways, Pinecroft, Rodney J. Strange, ServPro, Serve You Credit Union, Sheddens, Solutions Credit Union, Southern Tier Custom Fabricators, Susan Minchin Dentistry, Swan Morse Insurance, Texas Roadhouse, Tom South Corning Collision, the United States Army, the United States Navy, Vasco Brands, Wegmans, Wise Markets, Well Now Urgent Care, WETM, Wiggle 100, and Woodbrook Assisted Living. Thank you for sponsoring the Elmira Pioneers, and go Pios. Top 9, Hugh Sajowski is going to be the arm to come into this one. It's his second appearance of the entire season, and he comes in the top of the 9th as the Pioneers currently trail by 6 runs over the Auburn Doubledays. And let's take a peek real quick at the standings. It's 5-1 record by Auburn, 8-2 by Jamestown as we look at the schedule so far, Jamestown currently leads over Geneva 8-0, so they look as though they're going to go into another win. Olean, they're leading 7-3. They currently sit at one game below 500, opportunity to reach back to 500. Niagara Falls, they played today. They played against Newark, and they got the run rule in 7 innings, so 3-5 go the Americans. The Pilots, they're still looking for their first victory of the entire season. Sayowski, once again, the new arm coming up for the Pioneers as they have to hold off the Doubledays before going up to bat. As the first pitch from Sayowski, it's going to be a strike on the swing. It's a 0-1 count here for George Farley. A quick 1-2-3 should give good momentum to the Pio's side. Throw comes in. It's high, though. It's ball number 1. Sayowski looking to get things rolling on the mound for the squad. He steps, he deals, he hits his spot for strike number 2. It's 1-2 now. Maybe a little bit of aid from Brendan Duback behind the dish. It's a 1-2 count coming for George Farley. He hit into a double play his last time up. He also has a single in the day, as that one is in the zone. Strike 3, and Sayowski makes him watch third strike go by. That's the first out of the inning. And now Nachos Gonzalez is going to come up for the Doubledays. Nacho Gonzalez, such a great hitter for this squad. Our entire team so far has done a great job hitting. 11 hits on the day. The Pios just 2. So it's not just been the bats that have succeeded for them. It's also been the defense as well, as the infield has done so well so far. The fielding only has 1 error on the day. That was off a Tubman single. That one's hit hard, and it's going to split in between the infield. And Damo's not able to grab that one at second base. The right fielder and Delaney will have to be the one to pick it up, but Nacho Gonzalez has another hit to his name on the day. That's his 3rd single. And up to bat comes Brendan Smith, the extra hitter. Last time up, he had a single of his own. He's 1 for 3 on the day with 2 strikeouts. 7-1 lead, Auburn over the Elmira Pioneers. Sayowski looks down. He delivers. That one's hit foul. 0-1 count. And it's a man on first base. That's Nacho Gonzalez to try and extend this lead for Auburn. Auburn was 7 on the board. That pitch goes. He'll go for a strike. Big strike there by Sayowski, as Auburn on the season, they've just been putting up so many runs. They've not had a game this season where they haven't scored at least 7. So that one's outside. It's 1-2. They scored 7 against Geneva the other day in the second half of doubleheader. They've scored 7 here today. Every other time it's been double digits. That one very close to a strike. They don't give it to Sayowski, though. It's going to be a 2-2 count. It's one of those border pitches that the home plate umpire does not grant to the right-handed pitcher. Sayowski looks down. 2-2. Dishes outside in the left side batter's box. It's now full count. Coming to Smith. Wind blowing straight towards center field. Syhowski delivers. Does not get the corner. He thought he did, but that'll be ball 4. It's a free pass that puts a man on, and Smith. So now it's 2 on with 1 out. Bentavenga will now come up to the plate. The catcher, and he walked his last time up. Gonzalez moves to second base. Syhowski is getting back on the mound. Syhowski looks down. He throws. That one's going to be too high. It's 1-0 now. Syhowski with what was now the 4th straight ball pitch. Following those 2 strikes on Smith. That one's in the dirt, and it gets past Dubek. It just hits off his glove, and now it's men on third, man on second. With a 2-0 count and only 1 out. The Doubledays are looking to extend their lead over the Pioneers here at Dunn Field. Two-0 count for Syhowski, who wants to get out of this one. Pitch comes in. Gonna be a ball. Three-0 now the count. Excuse me, it's 2-1. They ruled that last one a foul ball. It's a 2-1 count now coming in. Must have hit off the end of the bat. Syhowski delivers as that one's low and outside. So what could have been a 4-pitch walk is a 3-1 count now. 3-1, 1 out. Trying to keep the lead at 7. Auburn's just 90 feet away from making it 8-1. Another 90, and it's 9-1. Syhowski too high. It's ball 4. The ball goes past Dubek, and walking his way home will be Nacho Gonzalez for the 8th run of the day by the Doubledays. As Smith moves towards third base, there's 1 out. It is 8-1. These last couple innings for the Doubledays have just been crucial to their success. 4 runs in the 8th, 1 run in the 7th, now 1 run in the 9th. Riley Ames is the man coming up to bat. He had a single his last time up. That was up against Cheplick. As Ames gets ready to go. 1 out, men on the corners for Auburn. As that ball also gets past Dubek again on the wild pitch. It's another run scoring, and a man goes into second base for the Doubledays. Pioneers are now down 9-1 against Auburn. With just 1 out in the inning. Syhowski delivers, and that one is in the zone, but too high. 2-0. There were men working for the Pios in the bullpen. All depends on how long They'll let Sajowski go as that one's in the dirt. 3-0. 3-0 count here against Ames. Riley Ames has gotten on twice in this contest. Now make that 3 times. He gets walked onto first base. It's a man on first and a man on second. As here comes Coach Andy Drum, and it's going to be another pitching change for the Pioneers. After Sajowski was only able to get 1 out in this inning, that was against the first batter in George Farley that he was able to strike out. But now with a man on first and a man on second, it's going to be a new arm. It looks as though it's going to be, we'll get a confirmation here from our statistician, Ethan Franklin. But it looks as though it's going to be a single digit, maybe even not one at that. So we'll step aside very shortly here. Pioneers currently down 9-1 against the Auburn Doubledays in at Dunn Field. The Elmira Pioneers are sponsored by AIM Independent Living, AJ's Outdoor Power Equipment, Ann's Pancakes, Centralis Health, Blaze Brockway, Bully Hill Vineyards, CAF USA, Casa Trinity Prevention, Chemung Canal Trust Company, Chemung Supply, Coca-Cola, Council Rock Wealth Advisory Group, Dandy Mini Marts, Elm Chevrolet, Elmira Heat Treating, Chemung County Family Fitness Center, Finger Lakes Federal Credit Union, FM Howell, Glove House, Guthrie, Hilliard Corporation, Honeybee Made, Jubilee Foods, Kahuna's, Kennedy Valve, M&T Bank, Martha Lloyd Community Services, McDonald's, Papa John's, Pathways, Pinecroft, Rodney J. Strange, ServPro, Serve You Credit Union, Sheddens, Solutions Credit Union, Southern Tier Custom Fabricators, Susan Minchin Dentistry, Swan Morse Insurance, Texas Roadhouse, Tom South Corning Collision, the United States Army, the United States Navy, Vasco Brands, Wegmans, Wise Markets, Well Now Urgent Care, WETM, Wiggle 100, and Woodbrook Assisted Living. Thank you for sponsoring the Elmira Pioneers, and go Pios. New arm for the Pioneers, and it's William Nee, who his last time pitching was his first time of the season. It was against the Newark Pilots over in Newark. So he returns here to try and get out of this 9th inning in replacement of Hugh Sajowski. Up to bat is Teddy Monahan. As the throw comes in, and that one's hit hard by Monahan. Gardner looks to play it. He is not able to. And holding on at third base there will be Jacob Bentavenga. So it's a single for Teddy Monahan off of William Nee to start things off for the relief pitcher's outing. And Luke Guire is now up to bat with the bases completely loaded. This is the 4th pitcher out of the bullpen for the Elmira Pioneers. The 5th overall. As Nee. What I like about Nee is just his arm action. He's got that sidearm pitch that he throws every so often, and he's got a lower stance as he's a tall guy himself. 1-1 count. here. Will Knee's delivery outside. Or in there, excuse me, for strike number 2. It's a 1-2 count with bases loaded here. Pioneers need 3 outs to... They have 3 outs left for them. They need 2 more to get out of this top half of the inning. As that one's hit hard there by Guire, and not able to grab that one as Brett Baker hits off of his glove. And 1 run's going to score on that one. Bases remain loaded there as it's the 14th hit of the day for the Doubledays, as Justin Batts is now going to step up and RBI single there. 10-0 Doubledays lead over the Elmira Pioneers as that one hits Batts. 11-1 lead, Auburn over Elmira. All of the sudden, what was a quality outing from Brennan Hayes, where he ended up going 6 innings and only had 1 earned run, 2 ended up passing by. He's currently in line for the loss if the Pios can't first get out of this top half and not let up 10 and not score 10. As Will Knee gets ready and up to bat is Chase Moore, excuse me. That one goes for a strike. First pitch strike by William Knee. As Knee gets ready to go here. We didn't catch that game in Newark. We saw a little bit of Knee doing some photography as well before he went into pitch. So a big photography guy. It's a 1-1 count right now. One out. The delivery in there for a strike. It's 1-2 now on Chase Moore. A 4-run inning so far for Auburn. So they have just been able to scorch the pitching of Elmira. 14 hits in the contest. That one hits off of Moore. The second hit by pitch in a row. The second run scores off of it. It is now 12-1 lead. Auburn over the Pioneers. And what looks like a potential possibility to come back early on has been faltering away. 9 runs in the past 2 innings for Auburn. Still only 1 out. Knee throws outside. 1-0. Fans still here in the crowds. There's a fireworks show happening after this one. To look at more of the promotional schedule and see when the next fireworks show is, you can check www.theelmirapioneers.com as Knee hits a strike there. And Will Knee is getting that big strike on the corners as he looks down towards Duback. Calling a hog there. That one in there for a strike as the framing by Duback gets away from it. It's now a 1-2 count. 12-1 Auburn lead here in the top of the 9th inning. Knee looking for the first out of his relief performance. That one comes in, it's swung on and missed for strike 3. It's a punch out for William Knee. And it's coming up now is the man who struck out to start this inning. It's George Farley. Getting ready to go. 2 outs now for the Pioneers. That one is, they say on the swing, it's a strike. The right fielder, Farley, as I mentioned, he came up earlier in this inning. So the full 10 have gone to bat this top 9. 2 outs. That one is well inside. Farley able to get out of the way. 1-1 count. As the infield remains in regular positions. No big leads by anyone on base. That one's hit hard but foul by Farley. Davis not able to get his glove on that one. As now it's a 1-2 count. Trying to get out of this top 9 inning after 5 runs already scored in this half inning by Auburn. William Nee looks, kicks and deals, and that one's hit hard. Goes over towards Davis in the dirt, throw over towards Aylward, and that's out number 3. The Pioneers get the 3rd out of the top of the 9th inning. After 5 base runners crossed home plate, it's 12-1 as we head to the bottom of the 9th inning. Ryan Patagrasso will be the pitcher for the Doubledays as the Pioneers have 3 outs to work with to try and come back into this one. They're currently sitting down by 11, and that is also in due part due to the relief pitching of Elijah Bloss. His first time on the mound this season. He threw 3 innings, did not let up a hit, walked 3, and struck out 2. No runs scored. The Pios have not scored a run since the 4th inning against Michael Chofe, but that was an unearned run. So no earned runs against any pitcher for the Doubledays as Auburn now faces off against Alex Davis and tries to start the rally. First pitch, low. Ball 1. It's a tall task to ask to score 11 runs in an inning, but it has happened before in baseball. So don't count out the Pios just yet. As the pitch comes in, that's hit by Davis. It goes right back over to Patagrasso, who flips it over for the out. 1 out now in the bottom half of the 9th. Brandon Duback will now be up. That's another time today that the pitcher has been involved with the out. They're on the 1-3. As Duback still looks for his first hit of the day, like so many others of the Pioneers. He got on by a hit by pitch earlier. That one is in the corner for a strike. It's an 0-1 count now on Brandon Duback. Pitch comes. That one's away. It's a 1-1 count now. Against Brandon Duback, as he looks to try and get things going. That one swung on a miss, and the Pios now trying to keep things going. 1-2 count. Petagrasso stands on the mound. The delivery, that one's hit hard by Duback. It will be a fair ball down the third base line. Duback's going to give the Pioneers their third hit of the day, and it's going to be a stand-up double at that. A big double there by Duback, as it's going to be a pinch hitter coming in for the Pioneers, and it's going to be Liam Schott from SUNY Corning to try and get things rolling. So he enters in for his second time here of the season. He's come in relief twice as a pinch hitter. So Duback with a big double there. And Liam Schott looking to get his first hit of the season, as that one is clipping corner for strike number one. Liam Schott now, 0-1 count. Degrasso throws that one in the other batter's box. It's 1-1 now. One out for Liam Schott. Trying to get Doobie all the way home from second base, and it's going to be a 1-2. That's the nickname that Coach Drum has given him this season for Brandon Duback. Look down from Petagrasso. Liam Schott with his stance. He puts a lot of weight on that back leg. He swings and misses for strike number 3, and that's the second out of the bottom half of the 9th inning, as there's just one out left for the Pioneers to have a shot to score 11. Michael Gardner is now up to bat. Brandon Duback sits at second base. It's Petagrasso. Tries to end this one off. He steps and deals, and Gardner fouls that one back. It hits off of the catcher. So he'll take a second. A very hard hit foul ball. Hit Benta Finga. Gardner goes to check on him. And the trainer runs over as well. As Bentavega runs over to the dugout. And it looks like he's going to get checked by the trainer for the Pioneers. The Pioneers trainer will check out Bentavega. 0-1 count here for Gardner as we wait for a relief catcher to come in if Bentavega is not able to step back out. As Coach Eaton talks to the home plate umpire, it looks as though they will be going through the lineup and filling up another side. Hope Bentevenga's okay. That was a hard hit foul ball by Gardner. So new catcher comes out here for the Doubledays. They're going to make sure that he's all set as he steps up in here. It's going to be the catcher in Jose Taveras to fill in for Bentavega. Number 34 from Tallahassee State College, and his hometown is Claremont, Florida. As Jose Taveras runs over to his pitcher to just discuss real quick about what the game plan is for Gardner, who's currently sitting with 1 strike. There's 2 outs here in the 9th inning. Pioneers need to score 11. They have a man on second base. Jose Taveras gets behind the plate in replacement Bentavega. As here it goes. Pentegrasso delivers. Outside pitch. Tavares grabs that one. It'll be a 1-1 count now for Michael Gardner. Pentegrasso's throw. That one's outside. It's 2-1 now. So the catching change may have gotten Pentegrasso out of the rhythm. 2-1 for Michael Gardner, who gets ready. Pentegrasso looks back towards Dubek at second base. The throw, the swing and miss from Gardner. It's 2-2 now. Auburn leads over Elmira 12-1. The Pioneers are down to their last strike. The Pios need to score 11. Look back, look forward from Pentegrasso. He deals. That one is high. It's a full count now for Michael Gardner, who wants to keep the inning alive. A full count as Pentegrasso looks down. Gardner's swivel of the hips. Tavares gives him the sign. Pentegrasso's throw. That one outside. Ball 4. Gardner moves to first base, and now it's 2-on for the Pioneers. Man on first, man on second base. And Jack Aylward will now step to home plate to try and get things moving. On deck is Ryan Kristoff. Here comes that swing by Aylward, and he'll go into the outfield. Dubek's going to take his turn. He's going to head home. Drum sends him. And it's not going to be in time for Monahan in left field to throw it. It's a run for the Pios. It's now 12-2.
as it's now just a 10-run game that separate the two sides. Still man on first, man on second, as Ryan Kristoff steps up to the plate. Fourth hit of the day for the Pioneers comes off the bat of Jack Aylward, who just absolutely hit one pull side through the gap in between the third and shortstop, third baseman and the shortstop. And now Ryan Kristoff steps up. That pitch is outside. It's ball one. 1-0 count. The throw, that one's inside. It's 2-0 now for Ryan Kristoff. The look back. A step in deliver from Pentagrasso. It's very close to hitting Kristoff, but either way, it's going to be 3-0 now. Three-0 count, 2 outs. Man on first, man on second. The man on second base is Michael Gardner. The man on first is Jack Aylward. Ryan Kristoff swings at it hard. It's going to head into center field, and it's going to drop. That should score Gardner. And a bobble in center field. Aylward's going to try and make his way to third, and he does so. An RBI single by Ryan Kristoff, and this has become a single-digit game. Michael Gardner rounds the base path. It's now 12-3. Auburn. As Jack Aylward sits at third base. And coming up is Tommy Cheplik to try and get things moving. Man on the corners. As he gets down in his stance, Ryan Kristoff takes his lead at first. That one's hit hard but hit foul. 0-1 count now. And what's the fans of Auburn potentially seemed like a quick 1-2-3 inning. Pioneers have battled back, and Cheplik looks at that one. He swings hard, but he'll head towards the groundskeeper's area over past the opposing side bullpen. It's 0-2 now. Pioneers have scored 2 runs in this bottom half of the inning. 2 outs here. They need to score 9 to get this one tied and extend it to extras. 10 to take the lead and win it in a walk-off fashion as they did Wednesday night. That one is high. 1-2. Fans in the crowd giving the stomp clap. Let's go Pios. As the 1-2 pitch is about to come in towards Cheplik. The throw, that one's hit hard. It heads towards left field, but Monahan is going to get on top of it and get the third out to stop any sort of Cinderella miracle run from the Pioneers. So that will do it for this contest. The Auburn Doubledays win 12-3, and let's take a look at the standings real quick. Auburn moves to 6-1 on the season, and the other sides of this league in the West Division, the Tarp Skunks and the Red Wings are currently 8-5, bottom half of the ninth. Batavia, they played Buffalo today, so it did not affect their standings in the West Division. Elmira drops to 5-4. Olean, they are in line for a victory, so it's going to be 5-5. Niagara is 3-4. Niagara Falls took the victory over Newark. They're 3-5. Geneva is 1-5, potentially 1-6. They don't beat the Tarp Skunks. And Newark is 0-7. Upcoming more games here in the West Division for the Elmira Pioneers. It's the Tarp Skunks doubleheader as the fireworks show comes in here at Dunn Field. Tarp Skunks come in on Sunday for the doubleheader. Tuesday, it's against the Doubledays once again. The Pioneers will try to get their revenge over back at
Auburn. And on Wednesday, it's back here at Dunn Field against the Syracuse Saltcats in an out-of-league game. That's going to be Stitches' birthday and Texas Roadhouse free kids meals, so make sure you join alongside. For ticket information, make sure you call 607-734-2690 as the fireworks go off here at Dunn Field. We thank you for joining us in this one. Special thank you to our owners, Robbie Nichols and Miss Nellie Nichols, as well as our general managers, Tabitha Witt and Mark Witt. And our scorer for today is Ethan Franklin. The Pioneers dropped this one to the Auburn Doubledays. I'm Anthony Labate. We'll see you on Sunday for that game against the Tarp Skunks.